Hello, everybody. Welcome to the List Critics 2013, bitches. I'm
Woo!
NecroVMX, and with me, as always, is Tanya.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello!
Hello.
La, la, la. Let me grab the microphone so y'all can hear me better. We've got a lot of lists, especially some stuff that we didn't get to in the last few episodes. So, we have some backlog to get through, Tanya.
Backlog in
Backlog.
2013.
I know, right? So first, before we get to the new list, let's finish up the 2012 list. Let's get all that stuff done with. Now, here is from our friend Shodate from Japan. He has sent me his top 100 Famicom and Famicom Disk System games. Now, this guy sent us numerous top 100 lists. He sent us top 100 games of all time. He sent us top 100 RPGs. He sent us top 100 games made by specific companies. Now it's his top 100 Famicom and Famicom Disk System games.
I give him props for coming up with all these, seriously.
This guy is very much into categorizing the order of, his game. And, since his favorite game of all time is Dragon Quest III, and that was, of course, on the Famicom, I'm guessing that's number one.
I'm going to guess too, so.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to do these by 10, because we do have a lot to get through. And, of course, there's going to be some Japanese names. I will try to translate them when I can if I, just happen to know them off the top of my head.
And okay, I would have to.
Yeah, you probably will. Number 100 is called 1999 Horemita Kotoka Sekimatsu.
So it begins.
And believe it or not, that actually translates to check it out, it's the end of the century.
Wow.
Yeah. Something like that. It's very similar to that. It's like, hey, check it out, it's the end of the century. It's a weird adventure type game. Number 99 is Nankin no Adventure, which the adventure of Nankin, I guess. Right? That's probably what it is. Number 98 is Omoikiri Tantaiden Haidogumi Matenro no Chosenjo. Yeah. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, that's on the disk system, I think. I have no idea what that is. Number 97 is Woody Poco, which honestly sounds like hard cock to me. Number 95 is Abba Ranbo Tengu. Number 94 is Mario Brothers. Number 93 is Abba Renbu Tengu again.
Wow.
That was number 95, and it's number 93. We always say that's the cardinal rule of lists. Do not put the same thing twice. And this guy does it a lot. Number 95 and number 93 is this Abba Renbu Tengu. I have no idea. Oh, that's Zombie Nation. I just looked up Samurai Zombie Nation. Remember that game with the floating samurai head fighting zombies?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Number 92 is Akumajo Densitsu. We know that one is Castlevania 3. Mm-hmm. Number 91, ASO Armored Scrum Object. So that's that 10. I'm just going to move on. Unless you have anything to say there, Tanya. I don't think so. Number 90 is Monitor Puzzle The Kineko Kinetic Connection. Boy, say that 10 times fast. Number 89 is Captain Tsubasa. Number 88, Championship Load Runner. Number 87 is Icky. That's also the name of the game. It's IKKI, though. It's not what you're thinking, Tanya.
What?
It's a strategy game of some sort. Number 86 is Dasen Rieku. Dasen Rieku sounds familiar to me. Oh, that's another turn-based military sort of thing. Number 85 is Dokenganru Masamune. Number 84, Deep Dungeon. Number 83, Daiku no Gensan. Number 82, Chojin Sentai Jetman. And number 81, Bokosuka Wars.
Well,
yeah.
one of them sound like that they get some, so yeah.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Number 80 is Eggerland. That's we didn't get that one, but that was the prequel to Adventures of Lolo. Number 79 is Kiki Kankai Dotohen, whatever the hell that is. Number 78 is Rockman 6. We know that as Mega Man 6. Number 77 is Chacken Pop. I think we got that under, wasn't it Kraken Pop here?
That does sound familiar, actually.
Chacken Pop. I'm looking this up here. Chack and Pop. Yeah, it's a Taito game. Was it released here? Oh yeah, no, it wasn't released here. But that was the game that was sort of the predecessor to Bubble Bobble. Like basically, Bubble Bobble was like a better version of Chack and Pop. That's why it sounded familiar, because I came across it when I did that Clear and Confusion.
Oh, yeah.
76 is Super Chinese. They literally have a game called Super Chinese.
Do I even dare
In
ask?
Japan. No, don't, please, because I don't want to look into it. Number 75 is Moiru Twin Bee Cinnamon Hakase wo Sukui.
Exactly.
The only thing I understood in there was cinnamon. Number 74 is Jikai Shonen Metomag. Now that does sound a little bit familiar. I'm looking that one up now.
Maybe?
Jikai Shonen Metomag.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Number 73 is Bio Miracle Bokute Upa. I don't know. You might have actually heard of this one. It's actually on the Wii Virtual Console. It's it's a Konami platforming game, but you play as a baby.
That sounds extremely familiar to me.
They actually a lot of unlicensed companies released it here in America as a pirate cart under the name Baby Mario. It has nothing to do with Mario. It's made by Konami.
Yes.
But there you have it. I have done a video on it. It's a fun game. Number 72 is Argos no Senshi, whatever the hell that is. Number 71 is Rockman 4. We know that one is Mega Man 4, of course. Number 70 is Mito Komon. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell Mito Komon is. Mito Komon. Wow, that's no help. Apparently, it's also the name of a Japanese, play or something, so... Alright, I'm moving on. Number 69 is Bakusho Star Monomane Shiteno. Yeah, Shiteno, alright.
Shiteno.
Yeah, shit, or Shiteno. I have no idea what that is. I just looked it up. It translates to a hearty laugh imitation of the four heavenly kings' star.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's wonderful. Moving on there. Number 68 is Aoko Ukami Tsushiroku Majika Genghis Khan. We got that one just called Genghis Khan.
Yes.
Great strategy game. Number 97 is Star Wars, the Namco version, which wasn't very good, but okay. Number 66 is For Nin Uchi Mahjong. Obviously, that's a Mahjong game. Number 65 is I Am a Teacher, Timi no Kisu.
What?
That's what it says. Wow, here's a metal game. I don't know. It's a metal game. I don't know if can I even say this. This looks impossible to say, but I'm gonna try. Bikuri Nekutsu Shinkuroku Haro Kanaro Kin Metal. Bloody hell. Number 63 is Haokon no Fushuji Natabi.
What?
What the fuck is that?
What is... I've never...
I love critiquing this guy's list because we never know. Oh, we did get that one. It's called Mystery Quest here.
Oh, Mystery Quest. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Wow. Number 62 is Arabian Dream Scheherazade. We know that is The Legend of Scheherazade. Number 61, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Pool of Radiance.
Oh, we got...
That was terrible, though.
It was horrible.
All those D&D games were terrible. Number 60, he just wrote Ultima. Now, there were 3 Ultima games on the Famicom.
Is he the original, or...?
No, that wasn't... 4, 5, and 6 were on NES.
And then there were ones before that were on PC, I think, right?
Yeah, and I think some other consoles. But Ultima... I'm assuming he means Quest of the Avatar, because that one was insanely popular over in Japan.
Okay.
Number 59, Super Black Onyx. Number 58, Idea no Hi. Or maybe it's Hi, I don't know. Number 57, Ginga Densho Galaxy Odyssey. Sure, why not? Number 56, Adventures of Lolo 2. Of course, they didn't get the first one because it was a Frankenstein mishmash of different Lolo games. Number 55, Baseball Stars Mesazi Sankanu, with 2 exclamation points, because why not? Number 54, Devil World, the Nintendo game that they'd like to forget they made. Number 53, Daiku no Gensan 2. Number 52, Devil Man. Number 51, Derby Stallion Zenkokuban. They love those horse games over there in Japan for some reason. Stop it, Tanya.
Bad
Number
Tanya.
50 is Hikari Shinwa Palfina no Kagami. That is a mouthful, and I feel like looking that one up, so I'm going to.
Well, that's because there's no Kagami.
If you say so.
I don't know.
Oh, believe it or not, I knew that sounded familiar. That's Kid Icarus.
Is that Kid Icarus really? Oh wow, okay.
Number 49 is Doki Doki Yuenshi Crazy Land Daisakusen. Well, it's certainly crazy.
It's Doki Doki. So.
Well, that's oh god, what is that called? I'm trying to translate that in my head, but it's like something where you're kicking balls at enemies or something like that. Oh yeah, it's Thump Thump Amusement Park. That's what it's called.
That's your thumping.
We know it as the Trolls in Crazy Land.
That's better.
Number 48 is Jaman Tantaden Maranegumi.
Huh?
Number 47 is Door, whatever the hell that is. Just the word door twice. I love when there's like one random English word and all this mess. Number 46 is Downtown Neketsu Koshin Kyoku Soriyuke Daiun Dokai. The only thing I understood in
Downtown.
yeah, downtown. I mean, holy shit. Holy shit. That's a hell of a thing there. Number 45 is Legend of Zelda 2 Link no Boken. We know that as Zelda 2 Adventure of Link. Number 44, Cosmo Police Galavan. Number 43, Chuka Taizen. Number 42, Don Doko Don 2. They really love that redundancy. Number 41, Twin Bee 2. Number 40, Super Mario Brothers 3. Number 39, Katakita Mario Brothers. We didn't get that one. You remember the original Mario Brothers, the one that with with the POW blocks and all that shit?
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was a follow-up actually called that translates to The Return of Mario Brothers, and we never got that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
Number 38 is Dai 2G Super Robot Taizen. Number 37 is Dragon Ball Z Gaiden Saiyajin Zetsumetsu Keikaku.
I agree with the latter part.
I come from Lake Titicaca.
Yes.
Number 36 is Chojinro Senki Warwolf.
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
Warwolf sounds cool, right? I bet you it's
Yeah.
some like fucking like airplane game or something. Oh no, that's Werewolf: The Last Warrior,
Oh, okay.
which was an okay game. It was pretty crappy actually. Number 35 is Chowakutsu Senki Meta Fight. Whatever. Number 34, Downtown Neketsu Monogatari. The game with that word downtown, just kind of popping in there. Number 33 is Dragon Spirit Atanaru Densitsu. I believe that was translated literally because I have that game. It's called Dragon Spirit Return of the Legend, which was a Taito shmup, except instead of like planes or something, it was dragons. Very fun game. Number 32, Ganbar Goemon. Number 31, Famicom Tantei Club Kiera Kokisha. You know what I'm not seeing? I'm not seeing a whole hell of a lot of RPGs on this list, which is a surprise from this guy.
I know. It's very surprising.
A lot of strategy games and things like that, though. Number 30 is Dig Dug 2. Number 29, Super Mario Brothers. Number 38, Fire Bam. The hell is Fire Bam?
You're bamming it, dude. You're bamming that fire.
Apparently. Number 27, another puzzle game, Eggerland Sosohei no Tabadachi. Another Lolo game, in other words. Number 26, Deep Dungeon. Wasn't that on here already?
You said that twice, yeah.
It wasn't Deep Dungeon like way... Yeah, it was number 84, and
Yeah.
it's number 26. It can't
That's
be...
the second Cardinal Row break.
Yeah, but that one's really weird because it's like one is in the 80s and one is in the 20s. That's a big difference, too.
Weird.
Yeah. Number 25, Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, Dragons of Flame, another terrible AD&D game. Number 24, Battle City. Remember that one with the tanks?
Thanks.
Capcom game, and it actually had a level builder.
Oh my goddess. Yeah, I do remember that.
Very
Wow.
fun game, very fun. Number 23 is Avi Pachisuro.
I say.
Here's a funny one. Number 22 is 89, Deno Kyusei Urinai. Urinai. Number 21 is Ankoku Shinwa. Number 20 is Big Challenge Judo Senshuken. Number 19, here's a simple one, Bubble Bobble. Number 18, Esper Dream 2. Number 17, Famicom Wars. Number 16, Famicom Top Management. I think that's a baseball game. Number 15, speaking of baseball, Famitsu 89 Kaimaku Ban. Number 14, Hyper Sports. Number 13, the original Esper Dream. Number 12, Holy Diver. We didn't get that one, but it was a fun sort of like Castlevania-style game where you actually played as Ronnie James Dio. You know, Holy Diver, you're the star. Yeah.
Huh.
It had all sorts of heavy metal stuff in it, like references and shit. It was a really cool game, but it was really difficult. Number 11, Super Mario Brothers 2. Number 10, Ultima Seisha Heinomichi. All right, let me figure out which Ultima that is, because he had the other one that he just put the word Ultima on. Okay, no, that's Quest of the Avatar. So the other one, the one that he just put Ultima, that's either Exodus or Warriors of Destiny. And I'm assuming it's Exodus because Warriors of Destiny was awful on the NES.
You hope.
Yeah, well, some of these things on this list, I don't know, you know. Number 9 is Final Fantasy. Number 8 is Wizardry 3 Legacy of Lil Gaiman. Number 7, Final Fantasy 2. Number 6, Dragon Slayer Romancia. So now all the RPGs are being clustered in the top 10.
Yeah.
Number 5, Portopia Renzoku Satsujin Jiken. Is that
okay?
Let me look that up because I think I know what it is. That's the Portopia serial murder case. Okay. It's one of those like Shadowgate style things.
Oh, okay.
Number 4 is Dragon Quest, the original. Number 3, Dragon Quest 2. Number 2, Dragon Slayer 4. We know that one as Legacy of the Wizard. And his number 1 pick, Dragon Quest 3, Soshito Densetsu I, or And Into the Legend. So, you know, pretty typical. You know what's missing? That's glaringly missing, Tanya?
What's that?
Well, there's two things, actually. One is Dragon Quest 4.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is the best one on the NES, not even on his top 100 list. I assume that's an oversight. The other is The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, yeah.
He has Zelda 2, but he doesn't have the original Legend of Zelda on here.
Weird.
I mean, you know, you could knock off some of these doubles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just
And
use our power and authority.
our veto power. You know, out of all the lists he sent me, I think this was the least entertaining. You know what I mean? I'm going to give this, out of 100, I'm going to give it like a 52.
I'm going to say a little lower, actually, a 48 for me.
That one was kind of crappy. I'm sorry to say, but that one kind of sucked. Okay, so let's move on. Okay. Just bear with me because everything's kind of a mess here. Okay, White Mage of Cornelia sent me a link to another top 100 list. This one from VH1. That's right. VH1, you'll be shocked that we ever had anything to do with music. It's the top 100 songs of the 90s, according to VH1.
Oh, God, just help me.
Well, we're both teenagers in the 90s. So a lot of this is going to be very familiar to us.
Oh, God. Here we go.
See, number 100. Okay, we're starting off really bad. Number 100 is Rico Suave.
Okay. No.
That was awful. What are you thinking? Number 99, The Rain Super Duper Fly. Are these the top 100 worst songs? Number 98 rather, is Unbelievable by EMF. Number 97 is Get Off by Prince. Number 96 is Can't Live Without Your Love and Affection by Nelson. This really is the top 100 worst, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't say that, but it is. It has to be. That's the only thing I can think of. Number 95, This Is How We Do It. Which is now haunting us in those like tax commercials. Number 94, The Way by Fastball. Okay, that's sort of an okay song.
Mm.
Number 93, Stay, I Missed You by Lisa Loeb. That one never went away. That just kept going on and on and on. Number 92, 911 is a Joke by Public Enemy. Number 91, Building a Mystery by Sarah McLachlan. Okay, so that's the first 10. So far, so terrible.
It's horrible. What the fuck?
Closest thing to a good song on here, and I'm using this term loosely, is The Way.
And even that's kind of meh. So
Yeah.
like,
Well, it's very meh.
yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next group here. Number 90, You Get What You Give by the New Radicals. Number 89, Never Said by Liz Phair. Number 88, Barely Breathing by Duncan Shake. Wow, really? Number 87, Achy Breaky Heart by Bill Cyrus, who has passed his seed of ineptitude onto his daughter, so that's still haunting us. Number 86 is a decent song, Linger by the Cranberries. That one's okay. Another decent song, 85, Insane in the Brain by Cypress Hill. I still sing it to myself sometimes. Number 84 is Informer by Snow. Number 83 is Cannonball by The Breeders. That's really obscure. Number 82 is Mind Playing Tricks on Me by the Ghetto Boys. And number 81 is I Don't Want to Wait by Paula Cole, which that song needs to die.
I'm waiting to be impressed.
That song just needs to die. I hate that song. You know what? I remember watching some MTV award thing, and they were doing a sketch that was sort of making fun of Dawson's Creek, which overused the hell out of that song. And they were doing it, and the music was playing, and then Samuel L. Jackson crawled in the window and just like took a baseball bat up and just smashed the stereo.
That's great.
I hate that fucking song. So yeah, that was the 80s. That's terrible. Linger is a good song, but the rest of those are just really bad. Yeah. Crap. Moving on here. This is terrible. Let's see. Number 80 is I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred. Right there. I mean, that was awful. Number 79, Bitch by Meredith Brooks. Well, she got the title right. Number 78, Are You Gonna Go My Way by Lenny Kravitz. Out of all the Lenny Kravitz songs to choose, you choose that one. Number 77, It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube. That's okay. Number 76, Run Around by Blues Traveler. Number 75, Jump by Criss Cross. Apparently this is the top 100 one-hit wonders. Number 74, Believe by Cher. That was barely in the 90s. Number 73, Sex and Candy by Marcy Playground. Number 72, 1 Week by the Bare Naked Ladies. And number 71, Tennessee by Arrested Development. Well, I think we're on the good side of crap now.
Yeah, you're right about one-hit wonders, though. God, it's like...
I like the 1 Week by the Bare Naked Ladies. That's a cool song.
Yeah,
but yeah, we're sort of on the good side of crap, so maybe it's gonna get better. Number 70 is Virtual Insanity. That was by Jamiroquai. Number 69, Freak on a Leash by Korn. Number 68, Getting Jiggy With It. That's Will Smith. Number 67 is Groove Is in the Heart by D-Light. Number 66, I'll Be by Edmund McCain. Number 65, The Humpty Dance by Digital Underground. I thought we would all like to forget about that, but apparently they had to bring that back for this list. Number 64, Peaches by the Presidents of the United States of America, another one-hit wonder. Number 63, Mo Money, Mo Problems. That was Biggie Smalls and Puff Daddy. And number 62, I Alone by Live. And number 61, All I Want to Do by Sheryl Crow, which all I wanted to do when I heard that was smack Sheryl Crow around.
Do the Humpty Hump.
I gotta say, the best song on that group was...
Freak on a Leash.
No, I hated that one.
Oh, I like Freak on a Leash. I thought it was a good song.
I was gonna say, actually, the Live song, I Alone. Too bad Live just sort of fizzled out after a few years.
Remember Getting Jiggy With It? I do. I remember that.
Getting Jiggy With It is probably my number 2 pick on there. That was a good groove. But other than that, oh God, I mean, really? Okay, all right. Yeah, Andrew just IM'd me. I took a shit and all I got was this lousy magnet.
Did he use this list?
That sounds like a personal problem. just telling him I'm doing list critics. Okay, I'm moving on here because that's the only way that I'll not cry. Number 60 is Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. Number 59, Buddy Holly by Weezer. Number 58, Damn, I Wish I Was Your Lover by Sophie B. Hawkins. Number 57, Can I Getta? That's Jay-Z and a bunch of other people. Number 56, Mama Said Knock You Out by LL Cool J. That one barely eked into the 90s. Number 55, Criminal by Fiona Apple. Number 54, One of Us by Joan Osborne. Number 53, OPP, that's Naughty by Nature. Number 52, Fly by Sugar Ray. And number 51, California Love, that was Tupac. We're back on the good side of crap.
Yeah.
The Weezer song was decent. The Fiona Apple song was irritating. The Joan Osborne song was good the first 50 times you heard it, but then it got old.
Real old.
The rest of it's just kind of, like I said, the good side of crap. Okay, Mama Said Knock You Out is a classic, but for the most part, not amazing stuff there. Wow, this is what they think of the 90s. That's sad. All right, we're in the top 50. Number 50, Alice in Chains, Man in the Box. That's a great one. Number 49, Who Will Save Your Soul by Jewel. Number 48, 3 a.m. by Matchbox 20. Number 47, Good Vibrations by Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. They had to fuck it up sooner or later. Number 46, You're Still the One by Shania Twain. Number 45, Only Want to Be With You by Hootie and the Blowfish. Number 44, Killing Me Softly with His Song by the Fugees. Number 43, My Lovin' You're Never Gonna Get It by En Vogue. Number 42, Shine by Collective Soul. And number 41, Two Princes by Spin Doctors.
Killing Me Softly. Once I get through my head, I can't get it out again.
The only way to get that one out is with a bullet.
Seriously.
There's some good songs on here, though. The Alice in Chains song is great. The Collective Soul song, that's a classic.
That's classic, yeah.
The rest of these are just kind of good. The Jewel song, Who Will Save Your Soul, I used to hate that song, but Marielle does a great cover of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to ask her to sing it for you one day. She sings it better than Jewel does.
Oh, fucking yeah, man.
I remember the first time she heard that, she said, is that any good? I'm like, well, that's better than Jewel. I mean, it was way better. Moving on here. Let's see. Number 40, I Wanna Sex You Up by Color Me Bad. Number 39, Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Number 38, Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera. Ugh. Number 37, Good Riddance, Time of Your Life by Green Day. Number 36, Gonna Make You Sweat, Everybody Dance Now by C&C Music Factory. Number 35, Wonderwall by Oasis. Number 34, Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind. Number 33, Wannabe by the Spice Girls. Number 32, No Diggity by Blackstreet. And number 31, Creep by Radiohead.
Well, my wife is a huge Spice Girls fan there. So.
Kidding me, really?
Yeah.
Sad.
It's very sad.
I guess it's her guilty pleasure, huh?
It is. It's her guilty pleasure. But I do remember Iris and Goo Goo Dolls. That was actually a pretty good song.
Yeah, that was a good song. And speaking of guilty pleasures, I do like the Oasis song. I mean, they were overrated, but I did like that song. The Green Day song, I mean, that was interesting because I think they just threw that out, like, Here's Our Ballad, and they didn't know that it was going to be, like, the big graduation song for the next 20 years.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're sort of seeing a mixture of good songs and crap now. Getting better. Speaking of getting worse, the next few are terrible. Number 30 is Tearing At My Heart by NSYNC. Number 29, Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice. Yeah. 28, Livin' La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin. Number 27, Mr. Jones by The Counting Crows. Number 26, My Name Is by Eminem. Number 25, Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. Number 24, Jump Around by House of Pain. Number 23, What a Man, that was Salt and Peppa and En Vogue together. Number 22, Loser by Beck. And number 21, My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
Is it really, really bad that I can recite most of those songs by heart?
I can recite most of those songs by heart. I couldn't do the Eminem song. Or the NSYNC song, but the rest of those I probably could. The Ricky Martin thing, Livin' La Vida Loca, there was a funny spoof of it. It was Livin' to Feed Al Roker. Now he's skinny, so the joke is, like, lost. You know, Mr. Jones, Black Hole Sun, Loser, Jump Around, those are good songs. Creep, you know,
Yeah.
but I mean, really? Ice Ice Baby, really? It should have been Lice Lice Baby.
And if for our younger audience out there, if you don't know who Vanilla Ice is,
Good.
you don't want to know. Yeah.
So if you don't know who Vanilla Ice is, good.
Good.
All right, moving on. We're in the top 20 here. Number 20 is Mba by Hanson. We don't like to forget they exist, but apparently VH1 wanted to remind us. Number 19, Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. Number 18, Enter Sandman by Metallica.
Yay!
Yeah, right. Say My Name by Destiny's Child. Number 16, You Can't Touch This by MC Hammer. Barely in the 90s, 1990. Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's number 15. Vision of Love by Mariah Carey is number 14. Number 13 is Nothing But a G-Thang. That was Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Number 12, You Oughta Know by Alanis Morissette. And number 11, Jeremy by Pearl Jam. I gotta say, the only thing I absolutely hate here is the Hanson song.
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah, so not bad.
Classics.
Yeah. I think my favorite in that is actually, and you know, everybody's going to expect me to say Metallica because I love Metallica, but Sabotage.
Oh, Sabotage.
That song. That is such a great song. All right, here's the top 10. According to VH1, top 10 songs of the 90s. Number 10, Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor. Really?
What?
That's in the top 10?
What?
That's bizarre.
No way. No fucking way.
Really weird. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's weird to put that at number 10. All right, I'm moving on here. Number 9, Losing My Religion by R.E.M. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Number 8, Waterfalls by TLC. They were sort of a, like, 2 or 3 hit wonder, but that was a pretty good song. Number 7, Baby One More Time by Britney Spears. That was an abomination. That shouldn't be on here.
Ugh.
Number 6, Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. I mean...
Baby Got Back is on the top
funny
10.
as hell. I mean, it's funny as hell. I don't know if it should be number 6, though. It should be more like number 60. Number 5, Vogue by Madonna. You know, that's weird. I mean, Madonna was huge in the 90s. I personally can't stand her, but of all the songs you pick, Vogue? Weird. Number 4, I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. Number 3, I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys.
Oh my goddess.
Number 2 is One by U2. Once again, out of all the songs U2 put out in the 90s, you pick One.
Do I dare ask the number what the number one is?
Pick is, and this is similar because MTV, I think, picked the same song, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. Once again, a good song, but I don't see how it's the number 1 song of the 90s.
Okay, you know, I think their number 20 to 11 list was
The top 10.
Yeah.
Personally, I would put Under the Bridge as the number 1 song of the 90s.
Under the Bridge was a classic. That was a huge classic.
Or Jeremy. Jeremy was huge, too. But...
What the fuck? Britney Spears? Madonna?
Backstreet Boys. I mean, okay, out of 100, I'm going to give this, like, an 8. This is, like, possibly one of the worst lists I've ever seen in my life.
I'm giving it a 2.
Shame on VH1.
Shame on VH1. That does not represent the 90s at all. Fuck that shit.
Not at all. Shame on VH1 for making that list. That was awful. Well, thanks for White Major Cornelia, though, for sending us the list.
Yeah.
He also sent us some other lists, or actually, it could be a she. I don't know if White Major Cornelia is a he or a she, but there you go. Now, give me a second here because I got to go into my inbox to get this next list. And this one's he sent me this back in October, so like I said, we are playing catch up this time. This was sent on October 14th. White Major Cornelia, here we are. Oh, there's 2 lists here. Actually, wait, did we already? I think we already did these 2. Did we do this person's top 10 James Bond songs and then the bottom 5?
Yes, we did.
Oh, here's why I saved it, because he also has a link here to G4's top 100 video games of all time. That's why I saved it, because we didn't do that. All right, so this is over on Oh No They Didn't. G4's top 100 video games of all time. I'm going to run through them 10 at a time. I don't much from G4. They're the MTV of video games. Okay, wow. Number 100 is Pong. Number 99 is Words with Friends. Already fail epically. Number 98 Pitfall. Number 97 NBA 2K11. Number 96 Guitar Hero 2. Number 95 Burger Time. Number 94 Braid. Number 93 Star Wars TIE Fighter. Number 92 Galaga. And number 91 The Sims.
Okay.
It sounds
great.
It sounds like they asked a bunch of really old people to name video games that they've heard of. And then somehow Braid got mixed in there.
Why is Braid mixed in with Atari games? Can I just ask that?
Braid is sitting there between Burger Time and Star Wars TIE Fighter. It's so weird.
It should be much, much higher. That game's...
An excellent game, by the way. All right,
yeah.
Like I said, the first 10 sounds like they just asked a bunch of really old people, like, what are some games that you've heard of? Number 90 is Baldur's Gate 2. Number 89 is Left 4 Dead. Number 88 is Double Dribble. 87 is Mass Effect 2. Number 86 is Outrun. Number 85 is Silent Hill 2. Number 84 is Wii Sports. Number 83 is Ninja Gaiden. I don't know if they mean the NES one or the Xbox one, so I'm going to assume it's the NES one. Number 82, Super Smash Bros. Melee. And number 81 is Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, some of these are really good, but like once again, it just seems like they just like pick like popular names that they've heard of. It doesn't seem like it's in any particular order.
Yeah, really.
Moving on then. Number 80, Gears of War 3. Number 79, Psychonauts. It's so weird how these indie games get thrown in there randomly. Number 78, Spy Hunter. Number 77, Excitebike. Number 76, Blades of Steel. Number 75, Fallout 3. Number 74, Star Fox 64. Number 73, Mega Man 2. Number 72, Mortal Kombat. I don't know if they mean the original or the ninth one. And number 71 is Wing Commander 2.
Wing Commander 2's on there?
Honestly, is it just me, or does this have like a real, like, it just randomness to it?
It just sounds really, really random. Just like a bunch of games all put together.
There's no logic to this list.
At all.
I mean, these are mostly, for the most part, all good games, but there doesn't seem to be any structure to this list. Number 70, Star Wars. Now, what? I mean, how many games are called Star Wars? I don't know what the hell. There's no systems listed here. There's no years. I don't know what the hell game that is. That could be Atari Star Wars. It could be Arcade Star Wars. It could be 32X Star Wars. Who the hell knows? Number 69, Double Dragon. Once again, I don't know which one. 68, Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Number 67, Minecraft. Number 66, Assassin's Creed 2. Number 65, Unreal Tournament. Number 64, NBA Jam. Number 63, Wolfenstein 3D. Number 62, Civilization 2. And number 61, God of War 3.
What?
Once again, random, weird. Weird list. Okay, I'm moving on here. Number 60, Contra. Number 59, Maniac Mansion 2, Day of the Tentacle. Okay, this has got to be an error. They put number 58 is Ultimata Online. I think they mean Ultima Online.
It's going to be an error, yeah.
Number 57, Pokemon Red and Blue version. Number 56, Super Street Fighter 4. Number 55, Kingdom Hearts. Number 54, Gauntlet. Number 53, Deus Ex. Number 52, Rock Band 3. And number 51, Ratchet and Clank Going Commando.
Again, no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, I can't make sense of this. Number 50, Sonic the Hedgehog. Once again, I'm going to assume the original there. Number 49, Angry Birds, of all things. Number 48, Tecmo Bowl. No, yeah, Angry Birds and Tecmo Bowl right next to each other. Number 47 is, this has got to be an error. It says must. I think they might mean missed.
It's going to be.
Yeah. Number 46, Red Dead Redemption. Number 45, Metal Gear Solid. Number 44, Grand Theft Auto 4. Number 43, Quake 3 Arena. Number 42, Ghosts and Goblins. And number 41, Super Mario 64. Honestly, I think they might have thrown darts at an episode of an issue of Game Informer. Just throw darts at it and see what happens.
I can't believe Angry Birds is on there.
I can't believe Words with Friends was on here. All right, number 40 is Space Invaders. Number 39, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Number 38, Super Metroid. Number 37, Halo. Number 6 rather, Batman Arkham City. Number 35, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Number 34, Counter-Strike. Number 33, Final Fantasy VII. Number 32, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And number 31, Skyrim. Of course, the title of that is actually The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, but tell that to a bunch of people who don't know shit about games. I tend to think this list was... this wasn't written by one person. This was written by like 15, 20 people, and that's why it's so weird.
It's got to be, because it just makes no sense.
It's just like people just throwing out names, you know, and then they just like...
Oh, hey, what about this game? What about this game? Yeah, exactly.
Number 30, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Number 29, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Number 28, Super Mario Kart. Number 27, Chrono Trigger. Number 26, Eco. Once again, one of those random indie games. Number 25, Grand Theft Auto 3. Number 24, Madden 2005. Number 23, Halo 3. Number 22, Panzer Dragoon Saga. And number 21, Resident Evil 4, which of course they put with a Roman numeral because they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I mean, I don't really is Grand Theft Auto 3 better than Grand Theft Auto 4? I think not.
Or how about is Grand Theft Auto better than Chrono Trigger?
Well, that's not even a discussion.
I mean, come on, shouldn't that be a little higher in that list?
Well, is there any rhyme or reason to this list? Absolutely not. Like half the titles are wrong. Number 20, like I say, Call of Duty 4. Of course, the title of that is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Number 19, Diablo 2. Number 18, Ms. Pac-Man. Number 17, StarCraft. Number 16, Half-Life. Number 15, Donkey Kong. Number 14, Uncharted 2. That has a subtitle as well. That's Drake's Deception. 13 is Portal. 12 is Doom 2. That has a subtitle. It's Doom 2. Hell on Earth. Number 11, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Once again, like, for the most part, all good games. What is going on with the order? Donkey Kong is above Diablo 2 and Panzer Dragoon Saga and Chrono Trigger?
What?
I mean, it's weird. All right, well, here's the top 10. Number 10, World of Warcraft. Number 9, Shadow of the Colossus. Number 8, GoldenEye. I'm going to just randomly assume they mean the Nintendo 64 version. Number 6 is Super Mario Bros. 3. I'm sorry, that was number 7. Number 6 is The Legend of Zelda. Number 5, Tetris. They don't say which version, but they did put a picture for the top 5, and the pictures of the Game Boy one. Number 4, Asteroids. Number 3, Bioshock. Number 2, The Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. And their number 1 pick is Super Mario Brothers.
What?
Yeah, you know what I'm going to say here? You know, like I said, almost every single game on this list is a good game. There's very few that I disagree with. What I mostly disagree with is the order. So what I'm going to do for my rating out of 100, I'm going to go right down the middle and give it a 50.
So you were going to do what I was going to do.
We're on the same page there, huh?
Yeah, so 50 for me too. Yeah, because I just don't even.
It's the order stuff. For the most part, they're all good games. They just needed to put some thought into it.
Although Angry Birds, really?
Yeah, I do call into question Angry Birds, Words with Friends, and Pong. I mean, that's just weird. Okay, more from White Mage of Cornelia. Let's see. That was sent on November 3rd, so I do have a little bit of backtracking here. It's a couple of lists from him. There we go. List critics. Okay, a bunch of... Wow, okay. Some of these I don't think we're going to get to this time either, because he's got a bunch of top 100 lists.
Oh, wow.
Well, let's see. First one's a top 10 list, and it's the top 10 worst rock tattoos ever. This is, like, fun.
What?
Okay, obviously I'm going to have to show you these. And this is over at loudwire.com. Number 10 is, you know what, I'm just going to send you the picture of this, and you tell me what you think it is.
Okay.
Because
I'm almost scared.
if it wasn't labeled, I would never guess who this was supposed to be. And why isn't my site? Oh, there we go. Let me send this to you. You tell me if you can guess what this is. Don't look at the file name, though. Just click it.
What?
The one in the middle. Who do you think that's supposed to be? It's not someone's grandma. It's supposed to be Axl Rose.
It doesn't even remotely look like him.
And why would you get a tattoo of Axl Rose on your back to begin with?
Especially between those two others.
Yeah, you got like a Viking and like a zombie skull thing. All right, number 9 is this is really obnoxious. This chick on her back, it has the My Chemical Romance logo and then some lyrics. It says, "I am not afraid to keep on living. I am not afraid to walk this world alone." And there's like little musical notes all around it.
That's wow.
Yeah. I'm not even going to show you that because it's just so ugly to look at. Number 8 is. Okay, now, good on this guy for getting a tattoo, a Dimebag Darrell, and it has, 1966 to 2004. I gotta say, shame on the tattoo artist for doing such a terrible job. Look at this piece of shit. It looks like Dirtface Darrell.
Oh, that's not good.
It looks like Herp Dirtface.
Oh, come on. You can't do that to him.
That's terrible. Wow.
That is a terrible, terrible tattoo.
And they point this out. The goatee looks more like a tongue.
I was just going to say, it looks like a tongue. I thought it was his tongue for a second.
Yeah. If you look at it real fast, it's like his tongue is sticking out, but he's got like a huge dog tongue. I'm going to spare you the next one just because there's some dude's extremely hairy leg, and he's got a bunch of band logo. He's got Rat, Motley Crue, Cinderella, and Poison tattooed on them.
I don't need to see that.
Such low quality. It looks like somebody did it with a Sharpie. Number 6. Wow, this guy's got like Green Day on his back, and it's. I gotta show this to you. It's like the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. Look at this. Billy Joe Armstrong looks like Lolface.
Oh my God! What the hell is this?
It's like there's an invisible cock in his mouth.
Ooh! Lol face. What?
Wow.
What is the noses too? What the hell?
For number 5, this guy probably thought it was really funny. He probably got this tattoo when he was drunk off his ass. You know the Kill 'Em All logo from Metallica? This guy has 2 spatulas crossed over a steak, and it says Grill 'Em All.
That is
so stupid.
I think it just got stupider just even hearing about it.
I think they should make you sign a waiver at that point, like you realize this is going to be permanent and you're going to look like an ass. Oh wow, I have to show you this. This tattoo looks like it was done by Jason Voorhees. This person tried to get the Slay logo on his back, and it looks like the tattoo was done with a machete. That is terrible.
Oh my God. It really looks like you're right. It does.
Honestly, look how there wasn't enough room for the R, and they had to make the R really tiny.
It looks like someone took like a box cutter or something and just cut into him.
Honestly, you sue someone for doing that to you.
Yeah.
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 Oh wow. Okay. This kind of goes back to that ugly Axl Rose. This person tried to get Metallica on his back, but it's just really badly done. Just advice to people: if you want to get a tattoo, make sure that the person that is doing it is a competent artist.
Oh, that looks hard.
James Hetfield looks like he just got his ass kicked. Frank Hammett. Kirk. I was going to say he looks like Frankenstein. Kirk Hammett looks like Frankenstein's monster. I fucked up.
He does.
Look at his forehead. He looks like Boris Karloff. Number 2, they just call this hair metal disaster. This guy, like, it's like the other one. It's the guy's back. Obviously a huge fan of House of Hair, and he's got all these 80s bands and 70s bands tattooed on his back, but it looks like it was done with a Sharpie. And number one, worst rock tattoo ever. Oh boy, this is a face tattoo. Wow, there's so many things wrong with this. I'm gonna send it to you and you describe it, Tanya.
Oh boy.
There you go. I don't know anybody was so into Earth Crisis that they would get it tattooed on their face.
I
First of all, is that a dude or a chick? I can't even tell.
think it might be a chick.
Maybe? The picture on the right looks like a chick, but on the left, it looks like a dude. It's the same person.
Okay. This chick dude person is completely bald, and
yeah, they're from Denver, by the way.
And where do I begin?
Yeah,
I can't even describe it. I can't describe it. It's beyond words.
I got to give this list a 10. This is highly entertaining. Highly entertaining.
Definitely a 10.
Another top 10 list sent in by White Mage of Cornelia. This is from some website here, photoshakva.com. 10 books that never should have been made into movies, but were.
This I can get behind.
Say that again? Tanya?
Huh?
Say that again?
I said this I can get behind.
Unfortunately, hold on. This starts at number 1, which I hate. And it's a slideshow, so I got to do a lot of clicking to get to number 10 here. I expect
quite a few of those, actually.
Okay, yeah. Number 10, I don't know if this really qualifies, Dragon Ball Evolution. I mean, it was based on a TV show, which was based on a comic book.
Yeah, I don't really think that really counts, so...
I guess they're counting it as a comic book movie. Number 9, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, that graphic novel. You know, honestly, I think that should have been turned into a movie. It just should have been turned into a better movie.
Yeah, it was a really poor execution during that movie. It could have been a really great movie too, but.
Wait a minute, hold on. I think I might be on the wrong list here. No, I'm on the right list. It's just most of these aren't really books. Okay, wow. All right, so number 8 is Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. So, I mean, we know that the whole Pirates of the Caribbean thing is based on a Disney ride. They're trying to make the argument that there's some elements of the book on Stranger Tides. But no.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Also, I thought that was a good movie, so I don't know what the deal is. Number 7, Queen of the Damned. Once again, I gotta say, they should turn it into a movie. They just should have turned it into a better movie.
Although I will say the soundtrack for that movie rocked. That was awesome soundtrack.
Number 6, once again, Garfield is not a book. It's a comic strip in a newspaper. I do agree they never should have made a Garfield movie. That I fully agree with, though.
Oh, yeah, just a better one.
No, they never should have made it.
Oh, they never should have made it? Oh.
Come on, really? Number 5, Watchmen. Now, I thought Watchmen was awesome. Once again, though, that's a comic book. So, yeah, I don't know. Number 4, Planet of the Apes. Okay, they're talking specifically about the one that was made in 2001. But that doesn't mean that the book shouldn't be a movie, because the book was already a really good movie that was made in 1968.
Yeah, they're just doing a reboot of the series, so it's like, you know.
A really bad one, I might add, but I don't know, that was just stupid. All right, number 3 is Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. I don't know, like, I thought that, I didn't see it, but I thought it got pretty good reviews.
I haven't seen it yet, so I couldn't tell you.
Number 2 is The Cat in the Hat. I do have to agree, they never should have turned The Cat in the Hat into a movie. As a matter of fact, you can fill this list with Dr. Seuss books that got turned into movies.
I was just going to say that, too.
And number one is The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now, I mean, they're talking specifically about the Jim Carrey movie, not the animated short, which was awesome.
Oh, the animated short is classic.
This wasn't very good. This could have been a lot better. Where's Twilight, first off?
Twilight should have been number one
That
on
should,
there.
yeah, I mean, you could have filled this up with Twilight novels and Dr. Seuss books.
There you go.
Not a very good list. 2 out of 10.
I say 1 out of 10.
Now, okay, now this is interesting because he also sent me, it says top 100 songs from the 90s, but I think this is a different list. Yeah, it's a different list.
Okay.
Save that one next time, huh?
Yeah.
We don't need to do the same subject twice, especially if it's the top 100 list. So I'm gonna mark that. We're saving that one for next time. He also sent me from EmpireOnline.com the 50 worst movies ever.
The 50 worst movies ever.
Wow, I mean that's okay. Well, let's see. Number 50 is Spider-Man 3. Okay, I get that it wasn't as good as the first two, but really, the worst movies ever? Are you serious? Get a grip. I think there's going to be a lot of fanboy wanking. Number 49, Showgirls.
I don't think that's one of the worst movies ever. It was a lot of tit, but, it wasn't.
It had enough boobs to cover the spread.
Yeah,
Number 48 is Town and Country, which I've never even heard of.
No.
So I'm going to move on here. Number 47 is Soul Plane. I didn't see that because it looked like the worst idea ever, so...
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, like, oh, we're going to do Airplane, but it's going to be like just a bunch of black people, but it's not going to be funny.
Airplane was classic. Still love that one.
Yeah, don't touch Airplane. Just leave that one alone. Number 46 is Howard the Duck. That was terrible.
Howard the Duck. I remember that.
Bad. That was really bad. That does belong on here. Number 45, Blade Trinity. Bad. I don't know if it was one of the worst of all time, but it was bad.
I would say bad, but not one of the worst, though. I've seen a lot worse than Blade Trinity.
I think in comparison to Blade 2, it comes off really bad, Number 44, The Matrix Revolutions. That gets points for one of the most boring movies of all time.
It didn't even get remotely exciting until, like, the very end.
Even by that point, I was asleep. Number 43 is Year One, which I saw that one, and I thought it was kind of funny. It wasn't, like, the best comedy ever, but it wasn't bad.
I never saw it, so...
It was Jack Black and Michael Cera's. It's like they were like cavemen or something like that.
This sounds like fanboy hating, to be honest with you. But...
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fanboy rage. Number 42 is Parting Shots, which I've never even heard of.
Same here.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Number 41 is Van Helsing. Yeah, that was terrible.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was terrible. Actually, when I saw it, I described it as the best, worst movie that I've ever seen. Number 40, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. I think we'd all like to forget that one ever happened.
I wish that one hadn't happened.
That was embarrassingly bad. Number 39, Dungeons and Dragons.
I never saw that.
I didn't want to see it. It just looks so stupid. Number 38, Son of the Mask. I knew better than to see that one.
I unfortunately did see that one.
Really?
And,
yeah. Number 37, Max Payne. Once again, I'm going to qualify that one as bad, but not one of the worst movies of all time.
Same here. Yeah.
It was bad, though. Number 36, Aragon. I definitely think that was one of the worst.
Oh, that...
Aragon was embarrassingly bad.
They took a good book and destroyed it.
Was it a good book?
It was
Because
a decent book.
The story seemed like it was just directly from Star Wars. They just replaced Jedi with Dragon Rider.
No, the book actually had a lot more detail and personality in it,
Okay. Wasn't the guy who wrote it, wasn't he like 15 when he wrote that book?
Yeah, I think he was, yeah.
Number 35, House of the Dead. That's an Uwe Boll film. Not his worst, but it was bad.
It was definitely bad.
I would expect to see Blood Rain on here, though. Number 54, I Know Who Killed Me. Well, anything with Lindsay Lohan probably belongs on this list.
Never saw it, but you're probably right.
Number 33, Ultraviolet. I haven't seen that, but I heard it was bad.
I seen it. I have to go that, and it was bad, but not one of the worst list.
Okay. Number 32 is, I hate that there's a slideshow and it loads so slowly, The Spirit. You know, I was actually going to see The Spirit because I was a fan of the comics, but then when I saw the trailer, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to bother.
You know, I had the same reaction, too.
I mean, even having Samuel L. Jackson as the octopus, I still said I'm not going to see it. Especially since the whole thing about the octopus is you're never supposed to see his face.
Exactly.
Number 31 is The Pink Panther 2, which wasn't the second movie, by the way. It was like the fourth or fifth. So there you go. Number 30 is Scary Movie. I saw Scary Movie, and I sat down. I watched that with my sister. I thought it was going to be really, really funny, and it was like the worst comedy I'd ever seen in my life.
Oh, it truly is one of the worst comedies ever. Yeah,
That
I have to agree.
definitely belongs on there. Number 29 is Southland Tales. I've never heard of that one. Apparently, apparently it has The Rock in it.
Oh, I never even heard of it.
Yeah, The Rock is in it, and also Justin Timberlake narrated the movie. I mean, that's just the perfect storm of terrible.
Oh, wow.
Number 28 is The Sweetest Thing. I knew better than to see that.
Unfortunately, I have seen that.
Number 27, Street Fighter.
Oh.
I'm going to go with bad, but not one of the worst ever, especially since Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li was even worse.
That was worse. Although I really do think the Street Fighter movie belongs in there somewhere.
If you view it as a comedy, it's funny. You got to view it as a spoof of Street Fighter. You know what I mean? Number 26, Glitter. That was the movie that finally made everybody realize that Mariah Carey is out of her damn mind.
Oh, that one. I remember that movie.
Didn't see it. I didn't need to. I disagree here. Number 25, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. I know it got shit reviews, but I thought it was fine. I didn't have any problems with it.
I finally did get to see it. I thought it was decent.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with it, really. Number 24, Speed 2. That was bad.
Oh, Speed 2.
Let's put it on a bus. Not a bus. Let's put it on a boat. It was a bus, not a boat. I mean, are you kidding?
Cruise ship, ironically, of all things.
Yeah, not even a fast boat. Number 23, Freddy Got Fingered. I knew better than to see that. It has Tom Green in it.
Yeah, I didn't see that, so...
Number 22, Jaws the Revenge. Yeah, now. Probably the worst thing that Michael Caine was ever in.
They didn't have to do that movie. They really didn't.
The tagline should have been, as if Jaws 3 wasn't bad enough. Number 21, here's another Uwe Boll film, Alone in the Dark. I thought that was a little bit more tolerable than House of the Dead. It was bad, but not one of the worst movies of all time. I really, for worst Uwe Boll film, you can't get any worse than Blood Rain. I really am expecting to see this somewhere on here. Number 20, Swept Away. Okay. Oh, that was the Madonna thing. All right, moving on. Number 19, Giggly.
I was waiting for that to
Did anybody actually see that?
I don't know.
Number 18, Dreamcatcher, just to prove that even Stephen King can fuck up royally.
And you know, I actually didn't mind the book so much. I really didn't. But
the book was okay. The movie was just joke. Number 17, White Chicks. I actually saw White Chicks, and it was one of the worst movies I'd ever seen in my life.
I've seen it too, and I have to agree. Oh my God.
But fall for those horrid disguises that they put on. Number 16, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Yeah, well, you saw my review of that.
Yes, I did.
So many things wrong with that movie. Number 15, Catwoman. Yeah, that one had potential. Like, the first 20 minutes was entertaining, and then after that, it just went to shit.
Although, the only time I watched that is if I wanted to see Halle Berry boobs. That's really about it.
Yeah, there are better movies to look at her boobs in, though.
That's true.
Number 14, Disaster Movie. You couldn't pay me to see that.
It was a disaster.
Yeah. Number 13, The Avengers, not the Marvel Avengers. the one with Uma Thurman and Ray Fiennes. You know, that was based on a TV show.
Oh, that one.
I have seen it, and I do agree it is one of the worst fucking movies that I've ever seen in my life. I want to just say again, not the Marvel Avengers, the one that came out in the 90s.
I remember
Based
that.
on the TV show. Bad movie.
Oh,
Even Sean Connery as the bad guy couldn't save it. My nephew is screaming his head off.
I can hear him.
Number 12 is Norbit, which I knew better than to see that.
I never saw it.
Number 11, Meet the Spartans. Once again, that kind of falls into the same category as disaster movie.
Yeah, it was bad.
Number 10, The Room. I've heard bad things about it, but I never actually saw The Room.
Never saw it. I wasn't in the room to see it.
Number 9, I disagree with this. Highlander 2: The Quickening. It was bad in the context of being a Highlander movie because it had nothing to do with anything. But taken on its own, it was entertaining.
Yeah, it actually wasn't a bad movie, like you said, on that account. But if you took it as a Highlander movie, no, it sucked.
Then it's the shit or the series, yeah.
Yeah.
But The Happening. Yeah, I knew better than to see that.
Can I ask you a question real quick? What the frick was The Happening about? I never saw it.
I don't think they even told you what was going on. It was just one of those. I don't know.
Wow.
I'm just going to move on here. Number 7. This list is much more competent than I thought it would have been. Number 7, Sex Lives of the Potato Men. Just based on the title alone, I never want to see that ever.
Wow. What?
Yeah. Number 6, Heaven's Gate.
What?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Apparently, there's 2 movies called Heaven's Gate too, so there's some confusion there. Number 5, Epic Movie. Yeah.
That's not a disaster movie.
They need to stop making those. Number 4, Raise the Titanic. That was wasn't that where they were looking for the Titanic, but they like never found it, and it was like really stupid.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
that was what it was.
Number 3, The Love Guru. I remember seeing the trailer for that, and I was like, "Oh, Mike Myers, how far you've fallen."
I remember that. Oh God.
Yeah. Number 2, Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth.
Enough said, really. I mean, enough said.
Travolta.
Their pick, the number 1 worst movie of all time, and I don't think it's the worst movie of all time because I have seen worse, but I do understand why they picked it, Batman and Robin.
Okay. Yes.
Batman and Robin is the worst movie on this list. So I'll give him that. I mean, for me, the worst movie of all time is still Blackenstein or Blood Rain, but one of those 2.
List?
Yeah, for this list, out of 50, I'm going to give it a 41. It was better than I thought it would be.
I'm actually going to give it 43. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be kind of a wah list, but this was pretty entertaining actually. Okay, you know what? I'm going to leave off the rest of White Mage of Cornelia's list because he also sent me 100 best songs of the 2000s according to RollingStone.com and 100 worst songs ever from AOL. But we're already on like 2 hours here, I think, and we've only gone like 2 people's lists.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So let's move along. So I'm going to save the rest of that for the next episode, and we'll just get to them when we will get to all the lists eventually. It's just, for the sake of time, we're going to skip some.
Yeah.
I do have another top 100 list, though, from Return of Kali Yuga, and I really can't put this one off anymore because I have put it off for a few episodes. It's his top 100 Super NES games.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know Return of Kali Yuga. I don't know if he's a subscriber of yours. He's a subscriber of mine for quite a while now.
He might be. I have to go check, but yeah.
But okay, let's see. I got to go to personal messages here. Return of Kali Yuga sent me this in early November. So let me get to that real quick. His top 100 Super NES games. Number 100, Mega Man 7. Number 99, Blues Brothers. Number 98, Lagoon. Number 97, Lemmings 2. Number 96, Mega Man Soccer. Number 95, Mario Paint. Number 94, Mega Man X3. Number 92, Super Punch-Out. And number 91, Bart's Nightmare.
couple of questionable ones there.
Bart's Nightmare was awful.
Yeah. And Mega Man Soccer?
Mega Man Soccer is really bad. He just apparently, just based on that, is apparently a huge Mega Man fan, though. And I get that, but is Mega Man Soccer better than Mega Man 7? No.
No.
Mario Paint, what the fuck? Number 90, Lakers versus Celtics. Number 89, Bubsy 2. Wow, that's not only questionable, it's one of the worst fucking games on the Super NES. Number 88, Mr. Putty. Number 87, Rocky Rodent. Number 86, Flashback. Number 85, UN Squadron. Number 84, Smart Ball. Number 83, Joe and Mac. Number 82, Pocky and Rocky. And number 81, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
Well,
now, honestly, I got to say something here. If it wasn't for Pocky and Rocky, I would have thought this was a worst list.
Mystic Quest is for me is I know it's a dark horse in the series, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. But
I like the music. Beyond that, I thought it was crap.
And UN Squadron is one of my favorite shmups.
UN Squadron's good, yeah, but yeah. Really? Smart Ball?
Smart Ball? Bubsy 2?
Flashback? All right, I'm going to move on here. Number 80, Joe and Mac 2. Number 79, Equinox. Number 78, Lost Vikings 2. Number 77, Disney's Aladdin. Number 76, Super Return of the Jedi. Number 75, Lemmings. Number 74, Fatal Fury. Number 73, Donkey Kong Country 3. Number 72, Popful Mail, and he wrote, yes, there is a Super Nintendo version. And number 71, Arcana. Now, I have to check on that Popful Mail thing.
Could you please? I'm curious.
Because I only know that as a Sega CD game. A rather good one, but I've never heard of it being on the Super NES. Oh, yeah, okay, it didn't come out in America. It does say Super Famicom here. So, yeah, it was released on the Super Famicom, never came out in America. Just stick with the Sega CD one. It's one of the only few games on the Sega CD anyway. All right, moving on here. Number 70, Caveman Capers. Number 69, Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. Number 68, Skulljagger. Number 67, Wing Commander. Number 66, Pocky and Rocky 2. Number 65, Mutant League Hockey. Number 64, Tecmo Super Bowl. Number 63, Final Fight 2. Number 62, R-Type 3. And number 61, Kirby's Dream Land 3.
I'm glad to see a Kirby game on there. That's a good thing.
Yeah, sort of like a mixture of good games and crap now, so... it's getting more interesting. Number 60, Maximum Spider-Man? I think he means Spider-Man...
Spider-Man Maximum Carnage.
Carnage. Yeah. Number 59, Illusion of Gaia. That one cracks me up. Number 58, The Secret of Evermore. Really?
What? Whoa. Secret of Evermore?
Well, some people admit to liking it. Number 57, Rock and Roll Racing. Number 56, Sunset Riders. Number 55, Magic Sword. Number 54, ActRaiser 2. Number 53, Mega Man X2. And number 52, Batman Returns. And number 51 is Plock.
Plock.
Well, all right. Other than Secret of Evermore, those are pretty good games.
I don't know. I don't like Plock that much, so...
Plock is fun. Plock is fun. It's sort of almost like a Rayman game before the Rayman games got good.
Yeah, I guess you... Yeah.
All right. Number 50, Final Fight. I take umbrage with that. Let me get through these 10 first. Number 49, Fatal Fury 2. Number 48, Street Fighter 2, The World Warrior. Number 47, Mortal Kombat 2. Number 46, Magical Quest 2, The Great Circus Caper with Mickey Mouse. Number 45, Samurai Showdown. Number 44, Castlevania X. I assume he means Castlevania Dracula X. Number 43, The Lost Vikings. Number 42, he wrote Wanderers of Wise. Like he put Y apostrophe. I think he means East 3 Wanderers from East.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
And number 41 is Buster Brothers. Mostly good games. I got to take umbrage with Final Fight being above Final Fight 2.
Yeah, Final Fight 2 is a lot better.
Final Fight is a great game, but the Super NES version was bad.
Yeah.
It had no multiplayer. I mean, that right there is just... Come on, really?
Gotta have multiplayer with those kind of games. Come on now.
Yeah. You want to play co-op, you know? All right, number 40 is Clay Fighter. Oh, that was bad. Come on. Number 39, Tiny Toons Adventure. Number 38, Eek the Cat. All right, I gotta stop. fucking cat. Eat the goddamn fucking cat. That is a terrible, terrible excuse for a game. Shame on you, sir. Number 37, Madden 93. Number 36, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Number 35, Legend of the Mystic Ninja. I think he means mystical. Number 34, Mutant League Football. Number 33 is Earth fucking Bound. Number 32, NBA Live 95. And number 31, Power Pigs of the Dark Age.
You must have loved your commentary video about Earthbound. You must have loved it.
Such a terrible game. Well, I mean, you know, eat the fucking cat. Are you kidding me?
Eat the cat. I can't believe
Never mind Earthbound. How could you put Eek the Cat on there?
Eek the cat.
Moving on. Number 30, Dragon Quest VI. Number 29, Super Mario Kart. Number 28, ActRaiser. Number 27, Street Fighter Alpha. I think he means Street Fighter Alpha 2.
Alpha 2, yeah.
Alpha 1 was not on the Super NES. Number 26 is Mortal Kombat 3. Number 25, NBA Jam. Number 20, wasn't it? Wait, hold on. Wasn't NBA Jam already on here? Did I say NBA Jam already? I'm looking through it really quickly just to see.
I don't think
that was Lakers and Celtics. Okay. Yeah. All right. And NBA Live 95 was also on there. That was the confusion. Okay, number 24 is Star Fox. Number 23 is Soul Blazer. Number 22 is Super Mario World. Number 21, Dragon Warrior 5. Why do you call the Dragon Quest 6 and then you say Dragon Warrior 5? It's Dragon Quest 5. And well, that's it. That's number 21. You know, not bad. He got the titles all fucked up, but not bad.
The RPGs are starting to come in now. I
like the NX games on here. 2 Dragon Quest games, and ActRaiser and Soul Blazer all in that 10. Those are all NX games. Yeah. All right, moving on here. Number 20, Donkey Kong Country 2. Number 19, Super Mario RPG. Number 18, Mortal Kombat Ultimate. I think he means Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Number 17, Donkey Kong Country. Really? Number 16, Breath of Fire 2. Number 15, Final Fantasy 5. Number 14, Breath of Fire. Number 13, Chrono Trigger. Number 12, Luffy and the Fortress of Doom. And number 11, Super Metroid. I don't question his choices. I question the order he's putting them in.
Yes, because Chrono Trigger, you mean to tell me that Lufia is better than
Lufia 1. Lufia 1 he puts above Chrono Trigger. Breath of Fire 1 he puts above Breath of Fire 2. Donkey Kong Country 1 he puts above Donkey Kong Country 2.
I take umbrage with this order.
Well, here's the top 10. Lufia 2 Rise of the Sinistrals is number 10. Number 9, Super Castlevania 4. Number 8, Mega Man X. Number 7, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Number 6, Secret of Mana. Number 5, Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. Number 4, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Number 3, Kirby Superstar. Number 2, Final Fantasy 6. Really? So what's number 1? Oh, yeah. All right. Number 1 is, I guess it's a matter of preference, although I disagree. Final Fantasy 4 is number 1.
Really?
Once again, I disagree with the order. 6 is better than 4.
I mean, and I'm not saying it's to be mean or anything, because like Final Fantasy 4 is a great game, but
it's not number 1.
But Final Fantasy 6, it outdoes Final Fantasy 4 in every way, shape, and form. It just does.
I think honestly, it's a nostalgia thing with him. I think that a lot of this list is colored by nostalgia.
I mean, like Chrono Trigger being,
not in the top 10.
Not in the top. I don't think I've ever seen that.
How is Secret of Mana better than Chrono Trigger?
It isn't.
It's gotta be a nostalgia thing. But I can't fault him too much because, other than some of the crap lower down like Bubsy 2, I think is how many people actually had 100 Super NES games?
Oh, that's true.
You got to consider that, and I think you got to consider the fact that just coming up with 100 is tough enough, and he's probably limited to the games that he's actually played. So putting things like Bubsy 2 on there, it's not completely unforgivable. Putting Eek the Cat on there is unforgivable. I want to tell you why, Tanya. Where is it? What number was Eek the Cat? I gotta find this motherfucker. I hated that game. The Burning Passion
Uh-oh.
of 1,000 Dying Suns. And okay, number 38. Let me just list a few of the things that Eek the Cat beat. Ys 3, Castlevania Dracula X, Mortal Kombat 2, both Final Fight 1 and 2, ActRaiser 2, Sunset Riders, R-Type 3, Popful Mail, Fatal Fury, Super Return of the Jedi, Mega Man X2 and X3. You think Eek the Cat is better than those games?
No. No.
Kidding. I can't fault him too much, because I do like a lot of the games in this. Out of 100, I'm gonna be very generous. I'm gonna give it a 63.
Well, considering it is 100, I would say
It's a lot, yeah.
I'm gonna say 60. I'm gonna say 65 actually.
So you say you're going a little higher, actually.
I'm actually going a little higher. Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's move on. And I have something here from Splashfire Zero X. He sent me his top 20 favorite South Park episodes.
Oh, this will be fun. I love South Park.
We're both big South Park fans, and I think we've had lists like this before.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
So this will be interesting, but we haven't had one that really nailed it yet. So let's hope that this is going to be the one that does it. Okay, so number 20, Pinewood Derby. You remember that one? That was where they were with the aliens?
Oh yeah, and they had to pass a subtle test in order for them to join like a federation type thing.
That was honestly, that was not a good one.
No, that wasn't that great. No.
Yeah. Number 19, You Have Zero Friends. That was with Kip Doherty and the Facebook thing. That was funny.
That was funny. That was good.
That was a good one. Number 18 is Cream Fresh.
I thoroughly enjoyed that one.
I honestly thought that I was going to not like that one, but as it just went on, it just got funnier and funnier. I mean, Cartman doing the impression of Gordon Ramsay and Randy falling for it.
That was priceless. I love that scene.
I love how Stan's reaction. He's like, no one is stupid enough to fall for that. And, of course, his dad falls for it. And the shake weight thing.
The shake weight.
Number 17, Scott Tenorman Must Die.
It has to be on that list.
Honestly, that's a top 5, though, right there.
Yeah.
Number 17 is kind of harsh for that one. That's a classic. That's the turning point where Cartman went from being a bad kid to being like a eldritch abomination.
Yeah.
Number 16, It's a Jersey Thing. That one did crack me up. I absolutely loathe the Jersey Shore and everything to do with it. I love the way they made fun of it.
Absolutely.
I love how like Snooki was like Gollum. I mean, it was just great.
Snooki wants smush smush.
Exactly, yeah. Number 15, Eek a Penis. That was the one where Mr. Garrison went back to being a dude.
I didn't actually... and that was also the one where Cartman was teaching that class, right?
How can I reach these keys?
That was funny. That one
the B plot was better than the A plot.
Yeah, the B plot was much better than the A plot.
Yeah. Number 14, Super Fun Time.
Oh, that was great. I love that episode.
I mean, just the idea of that they wouldn't break character at all. I mean, that was a really good one. Number 13, Breast Cancer Show Ever. That was the one where Wendy beat up Cartman.
The shit out of Cartman. That was great.
Honestly, I was sitting there and I thought it would have been really funny if he beat the shit out of her.
You think so?
After being afraid of her for the whole episode, I thought it would have been funnier if he knocked her the fuck out. And then everybody would hate him because he beat up a girl. That would have been funny, but they handled it well. I mean, that had a lot of great jokes. I love when he ate his underwear. I mean,
I ate my underwear.
And then he like spit it up when he was talking to Kyle.
Oh, that's where I put it.
Yeah, that's where I put this. Number 12, The Poor Kid. That was the one where Kenny gets taken into hostage. Not hostage, what am I thinking here? Well, it was like a hostage because they were torturing him. Kenny and his brother and his sister went into...
foster care, yeah.
Foster. I don't know what's wrong with my brain today. That was a pretty good one. Not better than some of these other ones, though.
It was pretty good. Oh, I did like the whole that they could only drink Dr. Pepper, I think it was.
Oh, yeah, because it's an agnostic beverage because you can't tell what it is.
That was pretty funny.
That had some really good moments, though, I will admit. Number 11, Osama bin Laden has farty pants. Now, I gotta say, that was the first episode that aired after 9/11. And you didn't know what South Park always pushed the envelope. You didn't know where they were going to go with it. It was the very first episode of the show to air after 9/11. I just remember the opening shot. No words, just the opening shot of the four of them standing at the bus stop like always, but wearing gas masks. I laughed hysterically at that.
That was a great...
And they were just standing there, and they're like, dude, everything sucks now.
Dude.
I mean, that was, honestly, just the first scene alone, I laughed for, like, an inappropriate amount of time at that.
That was classic. That was classic.
Yeah, that was a great one. Number 10, Broadway Bro Down.
Oh, God, I remember that one.
way funnier than it should have been.
I actually laughed. I think I laughed at the worst possible times, too. So
yeah, bad. I mean, it's like, it shouldn't have been funny, but it was really funny.
It really was.
Speaking of laughing at inappropriate times, how about You Got F'd in the A?
You got F'd in the A.
And,
Butters.
I mean, like, at the
Butters.
end, yeah, when Butters, like, killed everyone. And, oh, God, it's happening again. Speaking of Butters, number 8, Butters' very own episode. That was fucking hilarious.
That was hilarious.
Number 7, Cartman joins Nambla. Classic.
That was
classic episode. Number 6, Le Petit Tourette.
Oh, I love that episode. I thought that was great.
One of my favorites. Speaking of one of my favorites, number 5, Casa Bonita.
Casa Bonita!
Yeah, there really is a Casa Bonita, too.
There really is, yeah.
From what I've heard, the food is horrible.
The food is horrible, and apparently it's like really shitty in there, too, so, yeah.
Number 4 is the new Terrence and Phillip movie trailer. That one was... You know, it was a really long setup for a joke that was only slightly funny.
Yeah, I didn't really get into that.
Because, like, the whole setup... I mean, well, there were 2 jokes that they were setting up. One was, like, Shelley flooding the place with her period blood. And the other was the fact that it was just a teaser trailer, and they got so excited about it.
Yeah, it just didn't... It didn't do it for me, you know?
Not number... It shouldn't be number 4, really. I would use my veto power to switch that with Scott Tenorman Must Die.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Number 3, this is a really recent one, Nightmare on FaceTime. Once again,
that was great.
Way funnier than it should have been. I mean, first of all, spoofing The Shining has been done to death, but they actually did a pretty good job with it.
Stan!
I love how Shelley's the smartest one in the family, and she's just like casually burning the place down. What are you doing, Shelley? Nothing, Dad. Go back to killing the family.
All right.
And who could forget Gangnam Stein?
Oh God, that was
pretty
great.
Clever.
That was really clever.
And Butters as a wereprechon. And you know, it's kind of a rehash of a joke they did early on. They did a Halloween episode very early on, where like every kid dressed as Chewbacca.
Oh yeah.
And now it's every kid was Gangnam Style. Every kid was Psy. Number 2, City Sushi. No, this is a racial stereotype.
That was the multiple personality one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that one was bizarre.
Yeah, that was
funny though.
Funny, yeah, definitely.
And his number 1 pick for best episode is Butterballs.
Oh God, what was that one again?
You don't remember, but I had to think of it too when I first saw that. I'm like, what was Butterballs? And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, Butterballs. That was the anti-bullying one.
Oh, that one. Oh, that one was funny. I remember that one.
I love the whole running gag of the waiting in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And even Jesus was doing it. Jacking it in San Diego. I don't think it was the best episode of all time, but this is a pretty good list. You know, not bad. I'm at a 20. I'm going to give it a 16.
I was actually going to say 17.
Of course you were going to say. There you go. Why not?
Why not?
Okay, let's move on. Let's see. I got something here from Shodate again. This is his top 10 Final Fantasy games.
Didn't we already do something like that from him?
Yeah, but you know what? It was confusing because he did the Roman numerals and there were a whole bunch of typos. And it was confusing. So this is his. I'm just going to run through it really fast because we have gone through it. He fixed his typo. So this is the actual order for Shodate's top 10 Final Fantasy games. Number 10 is the original. Number 9 is Final Fantasy 7. Number 8 is Final Fantasy 12. Number 7 is Final Fantasy 10. Number 6 is Final Fantasy 11. Number 5 is Final Fantasy 3. Number 4 is Final Fantasy 9. Number 3 is Final Fantasy 4. Number 2 is Final Fantasy Tactics. And number 3 is... What? I thought he fixed his typos. It goes from number 3 to number 2 to number 3. Numbers are complicated.
Ow! Ow!
If you can't even count, I mean, come on. Okay, apparently his number 3 pick, or I should say his number 1 pick, is Final Fantasy 2. Well, now that he's cleared it up, I think the list is even worse.
I was just going to say, number 2.
Number 2, Final Fantasy 2 is his favorite Final Fantasy game. 6 is not even in there.
Where's... Oh my god, where's 6?
It's not on the list.
You mean to tell me 12 beat out 6? You mean to tell me 10 beat out 6? What? What?
11 beat out 6.
11? I think my brain died.
1 out of 10. Sorry, dude. That's
Yeah,
just... You can't...
I can't
Okay,
do 0.5, can
Here
I?
is... No, you can't. You can't. Here is from Razarath92, the first list sent in 2013.
Oh, the first
And
one.
this is written by him. It's his top 10 favorite video games of all time.
Ah, only top 10. Wow, that's pretty hard to do, actually.
Well, let's see. Number 10 is... Oh, and he wrote extensive notes on each one, so I'll be reading his notes.
Okay.
Number 10 is Ultimate Spider-Man. He doesn't say which system it's on, so, I mean, that was on a bunch of systems. But this is what he wrote. He said, "Let me be frank for a second. Spider-Man fucking rules. From the comics to the films, he's a character that always impresses me, kind of like Batman with a sense of humor, if that makes any sense. Basically, he's got a tragic, dark past which affects him throughout the series. He spends his life avenging a fallen loved one, too, if you count Gwen Stacy, and he's a very psychological character in many aspects, and he has a sense of humor. Which is not to say for a second that he's better than Batman. He's not. Batman is the greatest superhero ever created, period." Is he going to talk about the game here, I wonder? But Spider-Man is a good second, and while not many of his graphic novels are very good, the first 2 films and most of the video games are. Remember, I said most. However, in my opinion, the pinnacle of Spider-Man is this game. You can play as either Spider-Man or Venom, and the combat is fucking perfect. The fact that this game is so overlooked is an absolute shock to me. It really is the best representation of this character, and I think if more people played it, they'd be thoroughly impressed and get more into the franchise. Please do yourself a favor and PlayStation 2, he says, and pick this PlayStation 2 era gem up. You will love it. Well, you know the reason that it's overlooked is because it came out after Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 2 was better.
Spider-Man 2 was the open world one,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man was also an open world game. It was almost the same exact game, really, except that different storyline and a different art style. Number 9 is... Okay, now you're being a dick. He put Ultima 4, 5, and 6 at number 9. So, I mean, you can't do that.
Yeah, pick one.
Pick one. Ultima 4, 5, and this is what he wrote. Ultima 4 at the time is the pinnacle of PC gaming, and to this day I consider it to be one of the best RPGs of all time. Ultima 5 is probably the best of all time, and it's also one of my absolute favorites. Ultima 6, I just kind of, as a bookend, whatever. It has some flaws, but is overall a great game. So that's my opinion in those in a nutshell. I would go over this incredible plot that these games put forward, how much they revolutionized role-playing games, but I'd just be wasting my time. If you're a gamer, then you already adore these 3 games. They took Ultima and RPGs in general to all new heights.
Honestly,
yeah, but you gotta pick one.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm like in the minority for this, but I mean, I am an Ultima fan, but I'm not that much of an Ultima fan. I mean, like...
Well, that's because it got bad after a while.
It really did. It got very stale after a while.
Number 8 on here is Call of Cthulhu: The Dark Corners of the Earth for PC. Really?
You know, I've never played that.
I thought it was considered really terrible. I don't know. I haven't played it, but... This is what he wrote about it. H.P. Lovecraft would be fucking proud. This is one of the all-time best horror game classics. While the graphics are a little bit muddy and the game can be almost unbeatably hard at times, a Lovecraftian story this game presents more than makes up for this 10 times over. The game manages to terrify me to my core and makes me shake afterwards. It's really worth a playthrough, and I would recommend the Xbox version over the PC version simply because the PC version is a mother bitch to get running. Seriously, though, whatever way you get it, play it now.
I'm looking at some of the reviews for it, and they're all bashing this game.
Yeah, I thought that was like a really bad one. Well, whatever. The critics aren't always right.
That's true.
You know.
Although, that's where I will say GameSpot did give it a 7.9.
Oh, there you go. Number 7, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream.
Oh, that's a disturbing game. That is such a disturbing game.
This is what he wrote. This is the most unique and bizarre game I have ever played, and that's the closest you will ever get to an interactive experience that just happens to be called a video game. I really hope that makes sense, because it's truly the only way I can explain this game and do it proper justice. It is by far one of the scariest experiences I've ever had with a video game. I'm sorry this description is so short, but I can't really think of a decent way to do proper justice to this game. You really just have to play it. Also, Harlan Ellison is a badass.
And I will add on to that and say that he's absolutely right about it being disturbing. It is a seriously disturbing game.
This guy's got a major problem with putting multiple games in slots. Number 6 is Sly Cooper 1 through 3. You
gotta pick one. You gotta pick one.
All right, well, let me read what he said. He says, this game trilogy is my fucking childhood. I've played these 3 games so many times in my life that it is fucking unbelievable. It is also unbelievable how damn good they are every single time I play them and how they only continue to get better. I realize it's kind of asinine to put a game with furries in it as my number 6 pick. Well, that's what Hank Hill would say. But seriously, just play this and you will be blown away by how massively entertaining these games all are. The graphics are absolutely brilliant, done in a cartoonish style that are some of the best looking I've ever seen on the PlayStation 2, mainly because they look so vibrant and colorful. He's certainly right. They are attractive games. The gameplay is entertaining as hell, and the music is utterly badass as well. Of the 3, if I had to pick, I just couldn't. They're all absolute gems in the PlayStation 2, and everyone should play these almost forgotten masterpieces. They won't tell they won't tell a breathtaking story like Final Fantasy, but what they will do is entertain the hell out of you all the way through. You have to pick one, though. I mean, that's the point of making a list. All right, number 5 is BioShock. Well, at least there's that. He didn't put BioShock 1 and 2 together, you know? I'm going to skip his descriptions because they ramble.
Okay.
Number 4 is, once again, here's 2 games on this. Destroy All Humans 1 and 2. No, you got to pick one. And seriously? Destroy All... All right, whatever. Number 3 is, here's 2 games again. Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Asylum.
Okay, now those 2 you can't put together because they're literally 2 very different games.
Well, so are the Sly Cooper games and Destroy. I mean, they're not, and Ultima 4, 5, and 6. I mean,
you can't put the look. You guys gotta pick one. You really do.
Yeah, you got to make a list. You can't just lump it. I mean, if you were doing top 10 favorite series, that's one thing. But you're not. You're doing top 10 favorite video games.
I mean, Arkham City
number 2. I mean, I generally agree with his sentiment with number 2, but I mean, this is what he wrote: every single Castlevania game ever made.
Well,
I love Castlevania. I love Castlevania. It's my favorite series. But this is your top 10 favorite games, not your top 10 favorite series.
If it was your top 10 favorite series, I'd have no problem with that word.
And number 1 is especially infuriating because it's 2 games. It's a tie between 2 games that are not related to each other in any way at all.
What are they?
He has a tie between Eternal Darkness and American McGee's Alice.
They have nothing to do with one another.
Not even... I mean, the only thing they have similar is that they're both sort of horror games. But they're not made by the same company. They're not part of a series. They're not related to each other.
Yeah, no, that's just...
I mean, honestly, you got a lot of good games on here, but that's the problem. You got a lot of good games on here. You got to narrow it to 10. If you really want to put all these on there, make it like a top, 50 list or something,
Yeah.
So there you go. I mean, I got to give this a 1 out of 10 just because it's so disturbingly flawed.
Yeah.
Sorry, Azeroth. All right, I'm going to move on here. Let's see what else we got. Okay, S-Serpent21 sent us his 15 most annoying enemies in video games. I have a feeling this is going to be very, very interesting.
I do too.
Let's see. So that was sent to me on January 3rd. So let me get over to January here.
Happy New Year.
Here it is. Okay. So here it is. His top 15 most annoying enemies in video games, and he has descriptions of each. Number 15, Boss Bass from Super Mario Bros. 3. He only appears in 2 levels in Island World, but he can swallow you whole, super or not. Bitch. I've never heard... I know who you're talking about, but I never heard of that enemy being called Boss Bass.
Is it actually called Boss Bass?
I've never heard that in my life. As a matter of... When I was a kid, we all referred to it as Big Bertha.
Big Bertha? Yeah, see, that's what I thought.
And I would think of it as a as a female, but I'm looking it up now, and apparently the official name of it is indeed Boss Bass.
I always called it Big Bertha.
Wonder why we called it Big Bertha. You know what? It was probably from a cartoon.
You think?
Because I think it was Big Bertha in the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, and that's why we all called it that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Or no, rather, The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why.
That's probably why. Yeah, that's probably why. Wow. Okay.
Number 14, the Sparkies from Super Mario Bros. 2. Moving fast or slow, put in pairs and all over the place in World 3-3 and Wart's Castle, often in places where you can't have weapons to kill them, too. I don't think they're that irritating.
I mean, they can be, but...
I mean, like in Wart's Castle, all you gotta do is stand on the chains and they can't touch you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. They're not that bad. No, I mean, Boss Bass, I mean, that's irritating because you'd be running along and then all of a sudden, boom, you're dead. And it happens so quick. It's kind of a jump scare the first time it ever happens. Number 13, the bees in Donkey Kong Country games. The buzzing noise was annoying enough, but you can't jump on them, and the brown ones are unkillable.
Absolutely true.
You know, I gotta say, though, that that sort of falls into the same category as the Sparks, that they're sort of less enemies, and they're more, I mean, even though they are alive, they're sort of more like hazards.
Like obstacles, like...
Yeah.
Like an obstacle. Yeah.
Yeah, because the purpose of the Sparks and the bees was for you to avoid them, not to fight them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Number 12, the ticks and the trites from Doom 3. Nasty little hell spiders that creep up on you. Little crawly things suck in any game. I don't know. I found them to be pretty easy to deal with.
I had no problems with them in my own playthrough, but, you know.
Yeah. Number 11, the Tonberries, also known as Pugs from Final Fantasy VI. Aren't they cute until they cast Step Mine?
Oh, Step Mine. Oh, I remember. Oh, yeah.
You think that's bad? Wait until they cast Grudge.
Grudge. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call them annoying. I would call them horrifying.
They are horrifying.
Number 10, the Gladiator from Quake 2. You can't get close to fight it. It has that clamp arm. Get a distance away and stand still for a second, and it shreds you with the railgun. Those things were irritating.
I only played
Really?
a little bit of that game, so I couldn't tell you.
You didn't play Quake 2?
Only a little bit. Only
Well,
5 minutes
they did show up later, and they were basically effective at any range, and they were very difficult to take down. So, yeah, they were. It's like, oh, not this asshole again.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, Big Eye from Mega Man. You couldn't always predict if they would jump high enough for you to scamper under, and it took too many hits to kill. If they touch you, a third of your life is gone. Well, I mean, assuming he's talking about the original Mega Man, you could freeze them.
I was just thinking that too in my head.
Yeah, so there is that. They are irritating, though, and they did show up in a lot of the Mega Man games. Especially later on, there were those ones that you could only hurt when they were jumping.
Oh, yes.
Number 8, Dreadhawk from Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. If you can't take the jump patterns of these bird knight things, you're hosed. Since you can't run from them, they chase you. I'm trying to think, what the hell were the Dreadhawks?
I'm actually thinking right now. Hold on.
Were those little hoppy things? Because they didn't really follow you around. God, I type in Dreadhawk and I get fucking mohawks. Zelda. All right, here it is. Dreadhawk. Oh, okay. It redirects me to Faka. Oh, okay. They're in the last level. Those are the ones that are like Iron Knuckles, except they jump around and they look like birds.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty fucking annoying, actually.
Well, actually, the red ones can be killed instantly with the Thunder Spell.
Oh, the Thunder Spell.
And the blue ones, all you had to do was wait for them to jump over you and use the up thrust.
Ah, See, now I could have used that information earlier. So, oh, well.
Very easy. Well, you know I'm awesome at Zelda too.
Yeah, I know you are, but
That's how you kill them easily. And they do chase you. It is true. You can't run from them. Number 7, the Archviles from Doom 2. Draw a line of sight on them, and their fire spells hurt like hell. And if you hide from them, they start bringing your fallen foes back to life.
oh, I never had any problem with them.
If you're not excellent at Doom, they can wreck your day. Especially if you're in Doom 2, there were some levels that were like wide open areas, and there weren't that many places to hide, so I can understand that. I thought Doom 3 toned them down considerably.
Oh, that's definite.
All you had to do was chainsaw them to death.
Yes.
Also, another thing about the Archviles that people forget about in Doom 2 is that they were really fast.
Oh, I actually did forget about that. Yeah.
You see, like you and me, we know where they're going to pop up, and we're ready to kill them instantly with the BFG.
Oh, hell yeah. Fucking A, man.
But if you don't know that Archviles, they can ruin your day. It is true. Number 6, the metal babbles from most Dragon Warrior Quest games. Finding them is tough. Getting them to stick around so you can collect all the experience is even worse. Stick around for them in Dragon Quest 3, though, and you get the Shoes of Happiness. Yeah, they're more annoying in the fact that you really want to kill them and they really want to run away.
Yeah, not. It's not that they're tough. It's just that.
Yeah.
They just,
Although, you know what? I got to say, and I'm going to tell you an infuriating story. Way worse than the Metal Babbles was the Metal King Slimes, especially in Dragon Quest VIII, which you know is my favorite game of all time. I've never killed one of those fuckers. They always run from me. They have 30 hit points. They're unbelievably hard. I watched a video. You know, my friend Mega Gray did this video, like do's and don'ts for fighting metal slimes and shit.
Yeah.
And he was fighting this King Metal Slime. He's doing the worst possible thing. He was like using fire spells and doing stupid shit like that. And I'm like, he actually killed it. Like, it actually stuck around the whole time. I'm like, I can't believe you got that lucky that it actually stuck around the whole time.
Yeah, well, usually within the first few minutes, it's gone. It's
you know, the problem that I had, like, you know, like when you're in a really high level, you can usually land a critical that'll kill them. But the problem is they usually run away before you get a turn.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. Number 5, the Eggplant Wizard from Kid Icarus. Don't touch their eggplants unless you feel like trying to find a hospital, make the game playable again, and every enemy fortress on top of that. I don't know, though. They're so slow-moving, and they're not that bad.
Nah, I don't think it's that bad.
Number 4, the Axe Knights from Castlevania. They may only appear in one level, but they're tough to kill, and they can attack high or low. Getting past a couple of them in the gallery of level 5 with the Medusa heads is even more annoying. Although, honestly, yeah, that is the hardest part of the game, but it's the Medusa heads that are infuriating.
The Medusa heads are the most infuriating enemies in that game.
And you mentioned the Axe Knights only appear in level 5, but the Medusa heads appear in a lot of levels, and the series in general, Axe Knights, got toned down to the point where they're just, you know, really easy to kill, but Medusa heads are always infuriating.
I mean, you pair together Axe Knights and Medusa heads, and yeah, it's like, fuck, but, you know.
But it's the Medusa heads that make it really bad.
Oh, yeah.
So absolutely. I think the anger there is misaligned. Don't be angry at the Axe Knights. Be angry at
the Medusa heads.
Medusa heads. The one thing about the Axe Knights that is infuriating is that they are immune to the boomerang.
I hate that. I hate that.
Number 3, the trapdoors from Final Fantasy IV. Say goodbye to 2 of your party members. Bring life potions. You shouldn't be getting killed. You shouldn't have 2 characters getting killed. You must be
1 maybe, but not 2.
Way too low. Way too low of a level if that's happening.
Yeah.
Number 2, and I do agree with this one, Birds from Ninja Gaiden. Hey, you want to play level 6 too? No.
No, fuck that noise, man.
And according to him, the number 1 most annoying enemy ever in a video game, the red bubbles from The Legend of Zelda Second Quest. They eat your sword, and there are only 3 ways to get it back unkillable. Were there 3 ways to get your sword back?
I only knew of 2.
I only knew of 2. You either have to touch a blue bubble or go to a fairy.
Right.
What's the 3rd way? Please tell us.
Yeah, I'm curious, actually. Yeah, what is the 3rd way?
It's probably something like resetting the game. Well, anyway, that's the list. Out of 15, this is pretty good. A few of them I didn't necessarily agree with, but I'm going to give it a 10 out of 15.
I'm actually going to give it a 12 out of 15.
12 out of 15, not bad. So not bad there. Okay, moving on. We got something from Quackenstein Monster.
I like that username.
I just had to pause so we could laugh at the username because it's funny, you know. Let's see. Krakenstein Monster sent me a couple of lists actually. Let you choose which one you want to hear first. We have his he did an updated list because he sent this previously, an updated list of video game movies that are close to the source material. His updated top 5 least favorite Final Fantasy games and his top 5 most favorite Final Fantasy games.
Let's do least Final Fantasy.
Okay, least favorite Final Fantasy, and he puts reasons now.
Oh, I gotta hear this now. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Number 5, Final Fantasy 12. Had it not been for the licensing system, it would have been a great game.
Well, the game sucks overall anyway.
All right, we have to agree to disagree on that because I like it. Tanya hates it. It's one of those things.
Whatever.
Number 4, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Combat system was way too different from the PS1, PSP version. Sequel, my ass, more like a spin-off of a spin-off. Now, you know what's interesting? I think in his original version he put Final Fantasy Tactics in there and he was bitching about enemies sidestepping spells, and we both said the same thing. He's playing it wrong.
Yeah.
I do agree that Tactics Advance was way too toned down and simplified, though.
Well, it almost seemed like it was like a kiddie version of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Number 3, Final Fantasy 2, still the leveling system.
Absolutely.
I gotta agree with you on that. Number 2, Final Fantasy 8, too many reasons to list. Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
And number 1, worst, according to him, is Final Fantasy 11. Fuck that pay-to-play MMORPG shit.
You know, I can only say one word to that. Yes.
What about Final Fantasy 14, though? That's even worse.
Oh, Final Fantasy 14 is
a
pile of dog shit.
A realm reborn, my asshole.
A realm reborn.
Let's do his. This is his top. It was originally his top 5 favorite Final Fantasy games. He's expanded it to top 10, and he's included reasons.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so number 10, Final Fantasy 1 Origins version looks more like a Super NES title, currently on normal mode and getting my ass kicked by Garland. Really?
Really?
I've walked straight from the starting point to Garland with no weapons and kicked his ass.
I was just going to say, I've done the same thing.
Yeah. Number 9, Final Fantasy 7. The reason simply nostalgia.
Okay.
Also had a great story. I mean, you know.
It did have a great story. I mean, it is overrated.
Gameplay, I mean, it's overrated, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's a great game.
Oh, it's a good game, yeah.
Number 8, Final Fantasy X. Decent first attempt at voice acting and story. Leveling system better than Final Fantasy 2 by a fucking long shot.
Absolutely true.
Well, I don't even see how they're comparable.
Well, you have the sphere grid, and then you have that deplorable leveling system. So yeah.
Yeah, they're not even close to each other. Number 7, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. Better character development than the original.
I never played that game actually.
You dig it. It's a fun prequel.
I never played it. Is it an action RPG?
No, I think it's turn based. I forget actually. It's been a long time, but you play as Zack Fair. It's on the PSP.
I'll pick it up. Okay.
Number 6, Final Fantasy IV PSP version brings the Wii version to a portable console in its entire form.
Actually, it brings more than that.
Well, it's true. Well, he goes into that also. The next one, number 5, is Final Fantasy IV, the After Years, and he simply writes better character development, and I have to fully agree with that.
I actually thought the storyline of the After Years was far better than the original.
Yeah, it was such a great story, and you revisited all these old characters, but like I said, the character development was way better in the After Years. Number 4, Final Fantasy Tactics. So now he puts it on his favorite list. He says the PSP remake version better than the original version. Make it portable.
Yeah.
So number 2, Final Fantasy VI. He just simply writes fantastic story. And number 1 is still the same, Final Fantasy IX. Great callback to the original game.
Final Fantasy IX is a masterpiece game. I love that game.
Okay, so here's his updated list of video games based on movies that are close to the source material. Number 15 is Blood Rain. Really?
Blood Rain?
I couldn't tell whether it was close to source material because I've never played Blood Rain. But if Blood Rain the video game is like Blood Rain the movie, then you should never play it.
I did play it once, and yeah. I guess maybe it is a little bit. So
the Blood Rain movie was so bad that it's just kind of I'm having a hemorrhage just thinking about it. So I'm gonna move on. Number 14, Super Mario Brothers. That was nothing like the games.
Not as a matter of fact, actually, it's known throughout as being so far from the source material that it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Number 13, Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. No, not really.
A horrible movie.
Chun-Li's a concert pianist.
A horrible movie.
I mean, seriously? Number 12, Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Are you picking all the worst video game
I think
movies?
he is. I think he is, yeah. Number 11, King of Fighters. I haven't seen it, so I can't comment on that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Number 10, Doom. You know, well, Doom was heavily criticized for not being like the game. I thought it was an okay movie, though.
It was
But it's
okay.
not like the game. It's not anything like the games, though.
No.
Number 9, Tekken. I didn't see the Tekken movie, and I don't really want to, so... Number 8, Dead or Alive. Yeah, that pretty much was like the game.
Tits.
Yeah, just boobs. Number 7, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life. Not really.
Actually, no, not
No,
really
not
at all.
really, no.
So, no.
Number 6, the original Tomb Raider. You know, I like the original Tomb Raider, but it also nothing to do with the games, really. The games are really about just, you know, Lara on her own exploring ancient tombs for hours on end with no real story or anything, you know?
Yeah, you just kind of plopped into it and doing it. You
Yeah.
know?
Number 5, Resident Evil Apocalypse. I do have to agree with that. I do enjoy the Resident Evil movie series, but I will say that Apocalypse came the closest to resembling the games.
Yes, I will say that too. Absolutely.
Number 4, Street Fighter. No.
No.
No. I mean, like, Dr. Dhalsim?
What?
Charlie Blanca? Seriously? Number 3, Mega Man. I still haven't seen that damn Mega Man movie, so I gotta take a
I
pass.
haven't seen it yet either. Maybe
I've heard it was good, but... number 2, Mortal Kombat. Yeah, they did a good job with the original Mortal Kombat. And number 1, Silent Hill. Absolutely. They even used the music from the game.
Yeah, that was great. I really thought that was great.
There's a lot of things that should have been on here that aren't, and there's a lot of things that are on here that shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
That's out of 15, honestly, I got to give it like a 3.
Oh, I
Yeah,
was
that's
just going to say the same thing. Damn it.
Of course you were. That's how you roll. Because that's about how many he got right.
Yeah.
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 But I hate to say it, but that's just a bad idea for a list.
Yeah, if you're going to go with source material, honestly, then you need to, if you haven't played the game recently, you should. Because then, you know, it'll give you more of an idea, because let me tell you, some of those were way off.
Okay, I have 2 more lists, Tanya. And then we'll call it a day, and we'll do the remaining of them next month.
Alrighty.
And there's 2 lists from Sponge the Kid. I'll let you pick which one you want to hear first, because they seem kind of amusing. We have top 10 creepiest fast food mascots, and we have top 10 worst sodas made by American companies.
You know, I have to hear the sodas first.
And I love that it's specifically by American companies, because if you go outside of America, then it's just a frightening, frightening thing. Because, I mean, you could easily just do top 100 worst sodas, and they could all be from Japan.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they have shrimp soda, they have milk soda. I mean, it's frightening. But these are the familiar American sodas that you would know that just happen to be terrible. So here we are, the top 10 worst sodas made by American companies. This was from the website campussqueeze.com. That sounds like a porno site, to be honest, but apparently it's not.
Wow.
Apparently it's a poor man's college humor.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so these aren't really numbered either. So it's just sort of 10 that suck.
Okay.
So they're not in any particular order. So first up is Tab.
Oh, Tab.
Tab. So this Coca-Cola product has been on the consumer's hit list for years. It originally contained cyclamate that was banned by the FDA. Then it was discovered that it could be used as a dietary aid. Great, now we have a cheap way to induce diarrhea. I don't think they make Tab anymore, do they? Well, Tab got replaced by Diet Coke.
Yeah, Tab got replaced. So.
Yeah, and I think what it was that they wanted to market diet sodas to men, but they saw Tab as being a ladies' drink. I mean, it comes in a pink can, you know, it was marketed towards women. So that's why they got rid of it. Next up is Pepsi Kona. I've never heard of this one. Apparently, it's a coffee flavored. It's
Never
cola.
heard of that.
I would try it. It says Pepsi once decided that because consumers love their coffee, maybe they could replace their morning cup with their soda instead. What they produced was a hyper-caffeinated coffee-flavored soft drink that saw more action from the dust bowls that were collecting on the shelf next to them.
I never even saw it.
Yeah, I mean, I would give it a shot, but there you go. Oh, wow, here's a Frankenstein mishmash. Diet cherry, wow, okay. Diet cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper.
How about no?
And they make up a good point here. Dr. Pepper already says that it has 23 flavors, so now they're adding 3 more. Chemicals, cherry, and vanilla. They said it's like sipping muck from a can.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
Crystal Pepsi is also on here. I didn't think that one was so bad. It was gimmicky, but it tasted all right. Let's see. Jones Soda Holiday Pack. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these are frightening. It basically, you get this holiday pack. It's like a whole packet of different sodas, and they're all horrible flavors. These are the flavors you get. Are you ready for this, Tanya?
I am somewhat ready.
Brussels sprouts with prosciutto.
Oh my goddess.
Cranberry sauce.
What?
Wild herb stuffing. Broccoli casserole. Smoked salmon pate. Turkey and gravy. Corn on the cob.
What?
Pecan pie and pumpkin pie.
I think I just vomited in my mouth.
Yeah. I think these are things you get these for people as a joke, because that's the only use I can come up with for these. How about Diet Pepsi Jazz? I've never heard of this one.
Never heard of that one.
Okay, apparently it's kind of like the other one, that Diet Cherry Vanilla Dr. Pepper is like a million different flavors. It's Diet Pepsi with black cherry and French vanilla. It's the same fucking thing.
Apparently they did it too, huh?
Yeah, wow. This really exists, really? Wow. Okay, all right. Okay, this one is marketed towards Japan. It was only released in Japan, so it's one of those horrible Japanese sodas. The only reason it's on is because it is a Pepsi product. It's Pepsi Ice Cucumber.
What?
Yeah. Cucumber soda is really big in Japan. I mean, I don't know why. They have milk flavored soda over there. They're weird. They'll carbonate anything. There's probably jizz cola over there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I've never heard of this one here. Sprite Remix Aruba Jam.
What?
Apparently, it's supposed to taste like, I can't even tell what it's supposed to taste like. There's nothing on the label. They said it tastes like apples, apparently.
Uh-huh.
That's very strange. How about Diet Coke with Splenda?
How about no?
Apparently that got canceled when they made Coke Zero.
Oh, well, that would make sense. Yeah.
Here's the first one on this list that I actually tried and hated, because so far the only one on here that I've actually tried was Crystal Pepsi, and I liked it. But Pepsi Blue.
Oh, I tried that.
It was awful, wasn't it?
It was horrible. Yes.
I heard about Pepsi Blue. I mean, blueberry flavored soda sounds good to me, and I would like to try it. So I bought it, and I'm like, why is it actually blue? Shouldn't it just be like regular Pepsi with some blueberry flavor in it? And then I tasted it. It was the worst fucking soda that I've ever tasted in my life. Apparently they still make it, but only in Japan. So that tells you right there. It's just terrible. It's just awful.
It is disgusting. It really is.
And then finally we have DNL. Do you know what DNL is?
No.
It's 7-Up upside down.
What?
If you take the 7-Up logo and you turn it upside down, it looks like it says DNL. So they made a soda called DNL. DNL is from the makers of 7-Up, but it is everything 7-Up isn't. Take 7-Up and flip it upside down, and inside out you get a green beverage in a clear bottle with a bold, full flavor and a kick of caffeine. So basically, because 7-Up doesn't have caffeine, they put caffeine in it. Because 7-Up comes in a green bottle, they put it in a clear bottle. Because 7-Up is clear, they made it green. So it's basically just stupid.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10.
I'm gonna say 9 out of 10 as well. Actually, yeah.
I mean, I'm taking a point off because I did like the Crystal Pepsi, but the rest of these are all awful.
Pepsi Blue. God, I remember having that. Ugh.
I couldn't I bought one of those 12-ounce bottles. I couldn't finish it. I threw it out.
Yeah, me too.
Tried to get through. I tried to get through because I paid for it, but I threw it out. I couldn't drink that shit. Okay, what was his other list? His other list was, okay, the 10 creepiest fast food mascots, and this one comes from fanpop.com. So let's see. Okay, there's a whole intro here. Let's see. I don't eat much fast food anymore. Maybe it's because I read Fast Food Nation a few years back and that scared me off the chalupas and whoppers, or it could be because the doctor told me to watch my fat intake and ease off the fried foods. What I really think about those excuses are kind of lame. I think the real reason I don't eat fast food is because fast food restaurants are doing their damnedest to scare us away from their restaurants. I mean, look at the weirdos they have peddling their food. Scary clowns, creepy old men, purple blobs. The fast food company's been subjecting us to these creeps for years, but recently the situation has become unbearable. So without further ado, I present to you my list of the 10 creepiest fast food mascots. Note, I am limiting the list to characters peddling goods for fast food outlets. I realize the Kool-Aid Man and Count Chocula are also disturbing, but that's for another list. Okay. So number 10 is the Quiznos rat hamster thing. That thing was creepy. What the fuck were they thinking?
Oh, that was fucked up, man.
What the hell was that thing even supposed to be?
I don't know.
It looked like a Muppet that got hit by a car.
I don't know what that was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Hard.
Number 9, the Domino's Noid. I really don't understand what the Noid was supposed to be.
You got me on that one.
Yeah. Number 8, Jack from Jack in the Box. There's your creepy clown quota.
Okay, I hate clowns, so...
Yeah. Number 7, the Grimace from McDonald's. You know, that purple blob.
Blob.
Yeah. Originally, the Grimace was supposed to be this horrible monster with a bunch of arms, and then it would steal milkshakes. It was sort of like the milkshake version of the Hamburglar, but then they turned him into a purple triangle, which is... It has a whole nother meaning now, by the way.
I figured.
Now, number 6, I don't think this one belongs on here. They have Colonel Sanders on here. They said this is what they said. It says it's like Hannibal Lecter is sporting the Oompa Loompa hairdo. I just want to point out that Colonel Sanders actually is a real person.
Yeah.
Not really a mascot. He created KFC.
Yeah, he was actually like real.
Yeah, his name is Harlan Sanders. He was a colonel, and he was Southern, and he came up with the whole 11 herbs and spices and all that shit. So I don't know why that's on here. Number 5, Mr. Softy. Yeah, Mr. Softy's weird.
Yes.
Yeah. Number 4, the modern version of Ronald McDonald. You know, I don't know. I think the original version is even creepier.
I was just going to say...
Well, that's number 3. Number 3, old school Ronald McDonald.
Old school?
I mean, yeah, I mean, he had the food tray on his head, and it was just the Dixie cup that was on his nose. It was so, yeah, it was weird. Number 2 is the Tasty Freeze Twins. I'm not familiar with the Tasty Freeze Twins.
I'm not familiar with that one either.
I'm trying to look up like a pic. Oh, God. Oh, God.
What? Are you serious?
Oh, wow, that's scary.
I didn't even...
That's a good idea.
Wow.
I'm moving on to the next one, which is number 1, the King from the Burger King ads.
He was just kind of...
He would put you off your food, but you know what? You know what's better to put you off your food? The fact that it's Burger King. You know I hate Burger King.
I know you hate Burger King. Yeah.
And because you seemed a little skeptical, I'm sending you a picture of old school Ronald McDonald just so you can be frightened beyond belief. It was scary.
Okay, no, we're not looking at that.
Yeah, that's the original Ronald McDonald. You know what's interesting? You know who that is under all that makeup and the food tray and all that?
Who?
That is Willard Scott.
What?
Willard Scott actually created Ronald McDonald, and he was the original Ronald.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Well, okay. Since I keep giving these scores, and that's what I was going to say. We're going to let you score it first. At
What was this out of? This was out of
10.
out of 10.
10, yeah.
You know, I have to say, except for I can say 9. 9 out of 10.
I was going to say 9. Yeah, because Colonel Sanders doesn't belong on there.
Yeah, 9 out of 10. Yeah, that's of course that last one really freaked me the frick out. So yeah.
Yeah, well, they were all kind of freaky in their own minds. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, just scary, scary shit. But yeah, that's list critics. There are still a few lists that we haven't gotten to, but we'll get to them when we get to them. And of course, send us your lists. Send them to me. And we will see you guys in February.
See you then.
Word to your mother.
Bye-bye.